Friends, I know I joke about having tiny house meltdowns, but this might be my worst one yet. And I think you can tell because I'm like not even trying to make it funny or light. I am just exhausted. I'm absolutely exhausted. I don't think anything has ever made me come so close to wanting to quit tiny life than my problems with water. I very rarely feel bummed out about my tiny house journey. I'm not easily discouraged, but right now is one of those exceptions where I'm just really overwhelmed and really frustrated. I've been binge eating Cheez-Its back there to try and cope. That box is empty, by the way. So anyway, here's the deal. I moved into my new parking space, and it's in Colorado, where its winters are a lot harsher than where I was parked before in Texas. And I learned everything the hard way. And the biggest problem was water. I had 3 heated hoses. I had 2 split. I had 1 just electrically crapped out. And while that was terrible because heated hoses are expensive and impossible to recycle, I just created so much trash. It wasn't that the hoses broke that was the worst of the problem. It was that when the hoses broke, water couldn't get to my propane water heater, and then it froze, and then that broke. So I went through 3 heated hoses. I went through 2 $900 water heaters. And I just learned everything the hard way. And I knew at my location I was going to have to build like a gray water pit. And I did my best to do research on that and learn how to do it safely and efficiently. And I reached out to a local gray water expert for help. I asked them to come help me, and they said that it was too small of a project and they couldn't take it on. And they told me to build a mulch pit, which I attempted to do, but I did it wrong. I now know that I didn't build it big enough. For my water usage, I do cook a lot, so there's a lot of dishes. I also have a washing machine. I also have a shower in it. Like, I don't know. I didn't build it big enough. And I also built it too close to the tiny home. So what happened is, even though the water was absorbing into the ground, it A, wasn't doing it fast enough, and it B, was making the ground really soft in one particular area, which unfortunately was close to one of the corners of the home where the weight was. And so that meant that the home is constantly like tilting, and I'm having to like jack it back up all the time. Like, it's just bad. It's just all around bad. And now we're at a point where like it's starting to smell a little bit because, you know, stagnant water is never good. That's really, really bad. And it's not, yeah, the house isn't stabilized, and I'm just like, I'm discouraged, and I feel like I am like, I don't know. It feels impossible. Normally when something like this happens, I'm like, okay, let's fix it. Let's do this. Let's do this. But the reality is that like I have tried to make it work with the water like 1,000 different ways. And I'm going on 2 years of tiny living, and like I still am stuck on this really basic thing, like water, how to deal with water. So the good news is that there's no black water in the equation. I do have a composting toilet, so I don't want anyone to think there's like poo related anything happening here. Like, there's not. So it's not like sewage exactly. It's just gray water, like sink water, shower water, but that can still like be a really big problem. So I need to figure out a way to move the water away from the house to have it absorb safely and effectively, without harming any structures or plants or anything like that, and make sure it's filtered to some degree, and make sure that I can use my water, because right now I just got a new hot water heater finally. That was an ordeal. That's a tiny house meltdown for another day. Anyway, I have hot water again, but I can't use my shower because there's nowhere for the gray water to go. And yeah, so I don't know. I'm out of Cheez-Its, so obviously I have to solve this problem. May your tiny house water journey be easier than mine was. Okay, if you know more about plumbing than me, don't judge me, but this is where the gray water is coming out. It's going down this pipe, which is about 10 feet long, and then emptying into a mulch pit at the end. The pipe is wrapped in aluminum foil to help distribute heat from the heat cable that was on it over the winter. As you can see, I've started deconstructing things. That other black tap, that's where the sewer would come out. I don't have sewer, so obviously it's not in use. And the situation isn't working, so we're gonna take it apart. So I had a contractor here helping me yesterday. I asked him, what's the best way to learn how to, fix house problems and that kind of thing. And he told me the School of Hard Knocks. So I have my X-Acto knife here, and we are going to learn from my own personal School of Hard Knocks. I used silicone and rescue tape to put this on last winter, and I mean, it worked. It didn't leak. But now it needs to come off, and that's not going to be cute. So wish me luck. Wish me luck. Oh my God, I also used pipe cement. If I have to buy a new tiny house, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Okay, so it turns out that I adhered this thing on with pipe cement and silicone to seal it all. So this thing is on here really, really good. I have never had to undo something like this, so we're just gonna keep trying stuff until I figure it out. I wasn't getting very far with the X-Acto knife, so I got out my Dremel. We will see if I can use this to like chip or sand down the pipe cement. If you know what you were doing and you were like, have tips in the comments, please don't laugh at me. I'm trying. Yeah. I was so convinced. I was like, I just need to keep this thing from leaking at all costs. Like, that was my primary fear or goal in putting this together. And it didn't even occur to me, like, if it doesn't work, I'm gonna have to be able to get it off. So anyway, whoops. Wish me luck. Otherwise, I'm just gonna have to like cut the pipe. Like, I don't. Okay, one thing at a time. When stuff like this happens, by the way, here is my strategy for dealing with it. I am telling myself right now that I am going to put 15 hours into this project. And if I put 15 hours into it, I'm timing it. I started at 10 o'clock. So I'm about 2 hours into it. I'm going to put 15 hours into it and see where I'm at then. And probably it will be in a better position than I am now. So I don't know if that helps you, but I give myself a specified amount of time and tell myself that by then it will be better than it is now. Right? Oh my God, all I want to do is take a shower. I am done looking like this on camera. I should probably have a mask. Okay, it's not an N95, but we're really going rogue today. This pipe is kind of getting in my way with like the angling. So I think what I'm actually gonna do is just cut it off here. The more I use tools and try and solve my own problems, the more I realize that it's really just a matter of like trying things. Like, I'm sure there's a right way to do things a lot of times, but also I think a lot of working with tools is just trying things until you figure out something that works. This will cut this. It's in my way, so I'm doing it. So I came inside for a minute. Oh no. I needed food. And so I was like, I'm going to come in and make some real quick. And I just washed my hands because gray water. And oh my God, I can hear the gray water like coming out of the house right now where I just cut the pipe. Which brings me to my next problem. I also have to pee, and I can't do that now. Oh my God. This is gonna be a really long 15 hours. Well, Operation Find a Bathroom was successful. And now I am indulging in one of my worst habits. Sugar-free Rockstar. I don't even know. I don't know what to do next. Like, I don't know what to do next. Make sure the water goes downhill. Make sure it's filtered through substrate. Why is this so, like, seemingly simple and so incredibly overwhelming? I guess the next thing that needs to happen is I need to get a shovel. I'm here in the Home Depot parking lot, and I just wanted to take a little moment for gratitude, because even though this is a really stressful situation, and even though the gray water has been plaguing me for like a year and a half, like, it's a Thursday afternoon, and the reality is that I am spending my day with my own company. I'm spending my day outside. I'm spending my day learning how to solve my own problems. I'm like, this is a fun project for me. And I think I need to remember that even though it's really stressful and really imperative that I get it right, it's also something that's fun to learn.